Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Age of Wonders Planetfall, where we need to concoct some sort of strategy for moving toward winning the game. We have to build 2 more Doomsday Towers, and then once those Doomsday Towers are built, we have to run an operation for 10 turns, and everybody in the entire world is going to want to step on my face during that time. The good news is, everybody in the entire world already wants to step on my face, and we're making it through. So, who knows? Maybe we'll be able to maintain. We have to build these 2 towers in places where I think they'll be relatively secure. So probably the capital builds one in like shelving canyons or wondrous ruins, just away from the general enemies. And then, I mean, if we have Asenath build one over in like Thundering Heights, I guess maybe we could maintain that? I think we have to turn down this hero join offer. I think our energy is too precious. Man, I don't know how we're gonna hold out. We don't have the military situation right now to hold out. I'm just gonna hit cancel on this guy. Okay, we gotta do a violence over here. So we're gonna have this army march up. We're going to engage, and then we're going to immediately move these 2 armies back to Fernzer. A safe battle. Well then, let's just auto-combat it, because we've been moving very slowly through the battles the last couple of episodes. We finally lost an Inspector. Okay, I will definitely just... Well, you know, we could sell the production. We do need energy. I think production is super valuable, though. Still the case. Pretty much always the case. Alright, so you guys get back over here. And actually, this army can even make it back. Okay, Frenzer is like extremely well defended. Maybe a little bit too much focus, actually, on this particular city. Well, whatever, it is important. My reputation changed to trustworthy for some reason, seen by other players as mostly dependable and cooperative. Man, who is a reputable player? I wish that these things had a little like a mouse over or a listing beside them or something, because I don't know who is a reputable player and who is a disreputable player, which means that in the context of this particular game, I don't know what this is telling me. This is not useful information, you know? If we go and we look at the other players, is it obvious whether they're reputable or disreputable? I guess they have a reputation neutral thing here. No substantial effect on other players. So I'm trustworthy, you're neutral, you are untrustworthy, you are neutral, and you 2 are dead. So Secto likes us less because we're doing a good job with the Autonom. I believe that is where all of our trustworthiness has come from. Relations with the Autonom faction have declined and also increased. Hopefully in a way that offsets the declining pretty evenly. And... sorry, what did I even click on there? Heroes are leveling up. Okay. Skill points. Right, what I clicked on was, hey, spend your skill points, you big idiot. I'm thinking maybe we need to just buy health. I guess not so much for Thalliope. Thalliope has 60 max HP. That's not so bad. Maybe we just focus on continuing to shoot people more effectively. Heals everybody after each battle. That's actually kind of useful. So we might end up getting into a series of battles. Excuse me, it was a powerful yawn that snuck up on me there. A series of battles in the very near future as people try to stop us from winning the game. Alright, where is you? I should actually spend your skill points. I just dismissed the thing. And I sort of want to take the same thing on him. Override Demon is also pretty powerful. A mind control if it works, and a disable if it doesn't work. It only works on mechanical or cyborg units, but, I mean, a lot of people have fancy vehicles and stuff, it's probably the case that mechanical is a pretty common unit type. I'm going to go ahead and grab that. Mind control, right? Seems important. Alright, so for the moment, you guys are cool here. Secto is going to be a serious problem. Alright, we have just about enough Cosmite to start building another tower, so I sort of don't want to build at least a fancy unit. I guess we could build something pretty basic. You know, even a totally base Echo Walker is still probably a pretty good unit. Oh, but if we start building an Echo Walker, we won't have the energy to start a Doomsday Tower this turn. I guess that's probably fine. Oh no, we totally do. I think it's 200. This one is probably the one that should go up last, actually, because it'll get completed faster due to how developed the city is. So we, I suppose, need to decide where we're building the other one. I like building it in Asenath because of how far away Asenath is from Ea and Secto, but also it would be a real pain to defend it if somebody went after it. So maybe it is like the triangle over here. Just build it in Runner's Firth. I mean, we have this huge army right here, right? And actually, we'll build it here about the same speed as we would have built it in the capital. Maybe the one in the capital goes first? You know, this is the best defended part of the nation, though. I'm just gonna go ahead and build it here. We're gonna try this. Hopefully, we're not getting in too far over our heads. What would be really cool is if we could just get, like, even one player to back off. Just for a bit. If we could just get Secto to, like, lay off for, I don't know, a handful of turns so that we could really refocus our full strength on Ea. The biggest problem we're having here is the two-front war. We have to be afraid both of units coming in from the east and coming in from the southwest, because it means that we have to be stretched out all over the place. Yep, people are mad about my beginning development of the weapon, which makes sense. I would be mad about it too. We're never gonna hire that guy. It's a shame, because I would like to. Well, you guys, you heal up slowly. You know, honestly, we could probably put a lot of these armies into guard mode, I guess. I'm a little uncomfortable with this army just hanging around over here. I was kind of hoping they were going to head back home. Could I suppose start producing another Echo Walker? Wind farms are extra power. Oh, you know what? Asenath is going to have a hard time contributing a lot of resources to what's going on around, or what's going on back home, just partially because of the distance. But energy travels quickly and pretty safely, which is also important. They're massing up additional units over here. Well, that's a thing we have to be nervous about. Alright, Secto, what do you got? See, it gives you a banner when it becomes a CPU player's turn. I don't know why there can't just be like an indicator the whole time it's Nicole Crustis' turn. Why don't we have an indicator here that that's whose turn it is, right? It seems odd. Nicole denounced Ea. Yeah, Ea's like going to win the game. You guys should do something about it. I'm certainly in no position. Ooh, look at this thing. This looks neat. Alright, new research. We should probably go back and research like some simpler mods, although how likely am I to spend Cosmite on unit mods? And we're actually accumulating it pretty quickly. Yeah, we're not going to need that much more for our Doomsday thing. Let's have a look at some cool mods. We can make an upgrade to the disassembler shell. Leaves behind a cloud of toxic nanites. Wow, those are the worst kind of nanites. That deal 15 damage to enemy units standing in it, and can apply a debilitating infection. That seems pretty good to me. We can apply a similar thing to our melee units. Can only be applied to the assembly, scavenger, wrecker, and reverse engineer units. Well, we still are running scavengers. And adhesive artillery. 10 damage with an 8 strength chance to slow the affected unit for 3 turns. A 3 hex radius. Yo, that sounds like a pretty good tactical operation. It's expensive, but I can definitely see cases where we would want to do that. Right, I am, in fact, going to just put all these armies into guard mode. Okay, you need to get over here and join up. Yeah, I mean, in theory, I need to do something here, right? Like, I can't just let Aya win the game. But what am I supposed to do? If I move my military away to attack her, Secto's just going to crush me. So I'm going to have to rely on Secto feeling that it is more important to crush her, I think. This feels a little bit risky, if I'm being honest with you. But I don't know that I have another play. Well, we could start just building another military unit here. We should have some garbage up here as well. Yeah, random Echo Walkers. Echo Walkers just seem like great units. Maybe the best melee unit that we've seen, to be perfectly honest. Can't really make a whole lot else of value here, so sure. Echo Walkers. Just keep pumping out the Echo Walkers. I've put myself in a position where I won't have enough energy next turn to do the thing. We really need to not spend that much. Well, we're already plenty happy here. I guess we can, yeah, we can upgrade our energy sectors. That's a good productive thing that doesn't cost any resources that we desperately need to hold on to. And we're starting to accumulate a pretty good amount of influence here. So Aya has an awful lot of troops, we know that. We did do some work on that front. I don't know that Secto is paying attention or has any interest in taking advantage of the opening, though. For right now, he seems content to just huddle at our border in a way that's very threatening to me. Right, you guys do not have time to be mad at me. Go be mad at somebody else. I mean, you know who. Go be mad at that one person. So where do we want to put this? Shelving Canyons or Wondrous Ruins, I think, makes the most sense. I mean, Shelving Canyons is right there. Yeah, I like that. That should be pretty easy to defend. I hope. Alright. I mean, I know this is boring, but could we just... Is it feasible to just go for even more operation effectiveness? Thinking more tactical operations points in combat would be really nice. You need to merge up with those dudes. Oh, this army is all flying except for him. Maybe he's better off merging with somebody else. Or at least all floating. Do we have a spare flying unit somewhere? Yeah, I'll merge one of the golems in here, actually. Maintain the strength of our flying army in case we need them again. Which I guess means that actually we should rotate somebody else around here. Just trying to make sure that we're staying strong. Also, we're not standing in the triangle. I'm doing the same thing that we caught Aya doing, to her great disaster. Alright, well, we are now a pretty small number of turns away from having all of our Doomsday towers up. I'm wondering if we can maybe get anything going with the other players. We have plenty of influence to use here. We can just send some compliments. I'm assuming she's not going to go for this. Even if we put an extra term on the table, right? We sent this trade offer just a few turns ago, and she wasn't down then. Alright, let's just compliment her. Hey, I notice you're completing Empire tasks. I, too, love Empire tasks. Hello, Claudius Proton. I'm glad to hear from you again. I will never get over how good our character's name is. I mean, it's extremely good, right? Okay, so we're not quite as desperate for energy now. We could afford to build a, we could afford to run a thing here. We could reprocess a colonist in Lavix. Honestly, that may well be worth doing. Go ahead and prime that. We certainly have the population. We could afford to lose a little bit. Okay, colonist lost. Building real fast. 4 turns on that thing. And the one in this city is 3 turns. You know what, actually. Can we... it doesn't change anything. Well, in that case, do get the Echo Walker finished. Alright, well, I think we're going toward victory as fast as we can. As fast as we reasonably can. Apparently I disturbed everybody's guard mode. Making me click the actual end turn button. Okay, it looks like actually maybe A.S. Sashimoto is losing some territory, which is good news for us on her victory condition. Who knows? Maybe us catching the 2.5 armies she had over here out of position will turn out to have been crucial. I'm a little worried about how many units Secto must have in order to be pushing through all this stuff while maintaining all of these armies. Yeah, I totally didn't do the quest. That's true. And also these armies just has a lot of guys. Alright, a message from the Autonome. Where are we? This is right outside Znaril. We could knock these guys out real quick. That's the thing I can do. I guess you just run down south? I mean, I don't need to leave Mayor Grove under their control. We can snatch this. Support for the war has changed to neutral. People are like, oh yeah, you know. It's just how it is. We have always been at war with the Bugmen. I guess just produce energy? Down here, we can't even start building a good unit anymore. You know what? Upgrade your energy sectors even more. Never upgraded enough. What kind of army are we looking at here? 1673 power. Monitor a rift generator, which is something we've not seen before. I mean, it's a cool looking unit. Are my armies, I assume we're pretty much back at full, right? So hard to click on units that are in these spaces. We are, in fact, back at full, so we could just come down here and blow these guys up, probably. Would not be terribly difficult, but it would reduce our readiness to respond to a push from this city. I'm wondering if we are better off just letting the quest expire. I know the Autonome won't like it, but I'm terrified. I'm terrified of these guys. Secto seems to be doing very well at the game of war lately. We have 10 turns. We'll just watch for a change in the situation. Okay, we don't have any idea where his armies are moving around over here. We might want to drop another listening station, actually, to get a better idea of the front of that war. Alright, everybody's shouting about Claudius Proton. A battle was lost by some independents over here. I don't know that matters terribly to us. We're really blazing through these. I mean, we have a decent research base. Ooh, we can channel a powerful ion storm. Mechanical units in the targeted sector lose all of their movement. Also weakens any units in the sector and reduces economic income. Could be a little bit more specific there, but that seems okay. This is interesting. All of your cyborg units lose 25% of their... I'm assuming that number is max HP rather than current HP. Gain the ability to stun people with melee attacks. I don't know. I don't know if I actually think that's good. I guess maybe let's... We could research ultimate form. You know what? We might need something pretty ultimate to defend ourselves against the coordinated push that is probably in our near future. Impossible battle. Yeah, they totally have defenses in place. I just sort of assumed that they would be too incompetent to do that. I mean, it is a forward base. Probably have been ready for that. Yeah, just keep generating energy. Now remember, of course, we could, if we wanted to, rush the production of the Doomsday Towers. I don't think that's going to be necessary. Hey, if we wanted to run the Dimensional Cascade operation, it is going to be 50 strategic points, which actually will not take that long to prime, but also 500 energy, so maybe we should take it easy on the energy spending. Turns out we're not quite out of the woods on that yet. I mean, I'll say this. I'm excited to see exactly how thoroughly we're going to get crushed as soon as we start doing that operation. We could spend our saved up storm over here, but my suspicion is that it wouldn't really have any long-term effect. These units would just heal up and then come after us later. Oh, AS Hashimoto controls 80% of the sectors required for victory again. Yeah, she did manage to take this back. Well, in a way, that's good for us. It means that probably Secto is distracted. He's got other things to do. He can't necessarily afford to find time to mess with me. Yeah, just keep pouring out the energy. And then down here, I suppose at this point we can start building more military units. I would love to make another... Let's make one more Vorpal Sniper using the design we have now, and then after that we probably want to look into tricking out some of these more advanced unit types. I really like Vorpal Snipers, though. I also really like having 16 Cosmite income. That feels pretty good. Trying to keep an eye on Secto during his turn. Things are remarkably quiet in the parts of his empire that we can see, though. Nicole might try to backstab us, way over in the west, but I don't know that it will matter very much. Since none of the towers are over there and everything. Bull Crustus, you are on the verge of taking over the planet and are held in low esteem amongst our people. All of that stuff is true. Be prepared for war. But wait! What if I compliment you? What if I tell you that your haircut just looks really good? She's like, you know what? You're right. My haircut does look really good. Suppose I ought to start generating a defensive force, but I don't really want to spend energy on things. Yep, just keep producing. Yeah, we're going to lose that city, and I'm just not, I think, I'm just not in a position to care about that right now. So we have our emergency redeploy, we have a number of military units, although actually we need to reposition some of them. This is annoying. The fact that we never really found the time to clear out the Siphons is a real problem. And that's a large enough number of Siphons that we probably have to, like, actually send a significant force over there to play defense. Oh, you stay away from my tower. They're not doing it. They're not staying away from my tower. Okay, there's the war declaration. No, not actually. It's weird that she did just, like... She told us explicitly that she was going to declare war and then I guess changed her mind a little bit. Alright. Well, what are we going to do about this? How powerful are these armies? 1639 and 858. A little frustrating that the Siphons are focused on me and not, like, these places when we know that they're at war with all of the players. Our army power is not as high as I would like. Alright, I think we're going to have to run... Ugh, man, I don't want to do it this way, but I think we have to. Yeah, we'll run 2 armies over there. We'll leave 1 here to play defense. We may as well get in the same tile. And we should probably... Man, I don't know. I don't know what we should probably. How many turns are left on the last tower? 1, so we want to make sure that we have 500 energy at the beginning of next turn. I guess that's not too hard to swing. We don't even have the buildings necessary to build the more advanced troops here. We make another Echo Walker. What is the composition of this army right now? Okay, so we could really use something in, like, the mid-range. We have 2 Echo Walkers for up close, and then we have the 2 snipers. Honestly, a Lightning Rider is not a bad unit. Okay, and we should still comfortably hit our 500. As long as we are willing to generate energy pretty much everywhere else. Alright, let's see what happens when this final tower completes. Everybody's denouncing everybody. Everybody's so angry. That's alright. We'll get them all in line. They just need a little emotional re-education. Well, Crustus is moving. Or taking Asenath wouldn't really matter. Okay, the Siphons are doing something. I'm not 100% clear on what, actually. But maybe not my problem. Probably should not recruit this hero, given that we have some power needs at the moment. Destroy this quartzite nest. You know what? I just don't really have time for that. So it looks like we can just safely turn around. And maybe if we can do that, maybe we need to. Just saying, I expected this to be the place where the battle is going to start. That's the wrong button. Okay. Let's read this again. The final step in the Void Tech plan opens the dimensional rifts. This operation will trigger victory after 10 turns, so we want to start priming it now, then we launch it, and then 10 turns after that we win, right? Okay, and from this point, all of our energy and cosmite are just going into troops. All we need now is defense. We're doing really well on happiness, getting lots and lots of free resources for it, which is exciting. I'm definitely going to have us just generate energy for a turn in pretty much every location. Need to make our base stockpile back. That really good autonom unit was 150 influence, right? I would like to get another one of those. The guys that can just spawn other random units. They seem very powerful. Alright, is Secto going to make a move? None of his armies seem to be going anywhere. Don't really see a lot of stuff from Nicole. It looks like maybe she's trying to build an army over here. I mean, if we lose Asenath, it's pretty whatever. And the Siphons have decided that they do, in fact, want to fight a different player. Isn't that nice of them? Although, of course, they're going to do it in a very awkward way, because that's how they do everything. Alright, where are we at on this stuff? Probably I'm not going to bother building anything else here. I think it's really likely that we just end up losing that building, and I don't really, or that city, and I don't really care, I think. An elite military facility might be a good idea. Let's actually get the ability to build some of these fancy units we've been constructing. Down here we have we have basically what we need to keep surviving in terms of city infrastructure. So maybe we push our production sectors, like just try to get this place as good at building troops as it's going to get. And in the meantime, we can build some okay stuff over here. We can build our own... Oh, but this city is Kirko, so it's only going to produce Kirko units, which means it's never going to produce anything super cool, because we haven't bothered to do research on the Kirko tree. Alright, well, maybe the best thing to do then is to just increase military infrastructure, and that way the settlement that the tower is in will have some extra guards. Okay, we're getting domain invaded kind of all over the place. I don't think we care. I don't think that that matters at all. Yep, the Autonom don't like it when we do the thing. AS Sashimoto keeps losing and then regaining territory, which is a good sign for us. It means that somebody is devoted to fighting her, and that means two players that can't be simultaneously devoted to fighting me. Our relations with the Autonom clan are just, like, in absolute freefall. We need to take a look at our current situation with them. A high-risk battle. Do I care enough to manually resolve this? Probably not, honestly. Okay, the auto-resolve killed a unit. I like that. I appreciate that. All we have to do is just keep them off of the cities that actually matter. Fish are behaving very erratically. I don't know what the hell these Siphons are doing. Yeah, like these moves? What is the value of those? What are they thinking? Okay. An attacking army has spawned. They are marked as an attacking army long before they reach us and actually attack. So I guess let's go ahead and have an army go over there and deal with it. And we have no idea what they're going to do. Well, let's just put ourselves in a nice zone defense position. I think I say yes to you. Heroes are just very powerful. Quincy the Procurer. With 45 skill points. Okay. And a pulse sniper rifle, which is fine. It's totally okay. How about it we trade you out for, like... Binder shotgun is pretty cool. This is just going to be worse, I think. Actually, they're very similar. 90 accuracy, 20 damage. Yeah, this sniper rifle staggers on hit, while this one... Okay, also staggers on hit. I mean, a sniper hero is a good idea. I think we'll just leave you with that, and then also you can carry something else for when you get close. Not really sure what the right move is here. Psionic damage cone attack versus a single unit heal for an amount that matters, but not like a ton. Looks like we just sort of don't have a lot of compelling options here. Let's give you a grenade. That probably works. And then, phase walk modulator is not, like, terribly important for you. We actually have to watch the, power cost of our mods here. You know, I'm not going to worry about it right now. Okay, 45 skill points. So we are fairly, pretty okay with you just remaining on foot. I mean, we could pick up piloting and try to use one of the new vehicles that we researched as a mount. We might want to go back and re-examine our other heroes who are already pilots as well. What are these skills? Celestian hero skill. Every unit in the hero's army has 10% increased accuracy. Just passively, that seems pretty good. Deny the wicked. Every unit in the hero's army has 2 damage reduction in all channels against attacks from units with soul burn. Probably a little bit better when you have a significant portion of your attacks causing soul burn on the enemies. An extra mod slot does not seem terribly important to you. Honestly, reassemble is fine. It's not amazing. Let's grab, like, reassemble and Watchman for the additional Overwatch attacks, and then probably just, like, fighting stuff, right? Deadeye and ranged specialist are both very good. We still have 10 skill points left, really? We have enough health that I don't necessarily think we need to take Vitality, but maybe we still do take Vitality just in case. I mean, I love Aura of Guidance. That definitely needs to be a thing. Okay. That was, I think, a pretty reasonable set of traits. Why is it always our snipers who have the health necessary to survive actual combat? I'm gonna have you back up and you wait right here. Just thinking, if our lone sniper has to join a battle, I'd love it if he could join the battle from as far away from the enemy starting positions as possible. Which hopefully is not a controversial opinion. Alright, let's see how bad it gets. Still a couple of turns off of having that thing primed. I have to imagine it's not going to be too much longer here before we see some pretty violent reprisals. Oh, both of these armies are going to be attacking. I don't know why I was thinking it was just these ones. I guess yeah, I don't care about this. Hey, we did kill... I think we killed a hero there. An impossible battle at the Skypiercer Peaks. Well, auto-combat it. Yeah, we're going to need more than just one stack here. This is a bad turn for this. 1724 and 725. You guys, or what is this other stack? Has more Echo Walkers? No, they both have a lot of Echo Walkers. Alright, I mean, we gotta do something, right? I kinda hate it. You guys get right there. Yeah, I kind of hate having these units pulled away from the city, but we gotta do something. A risky battle. I think we can pull this off. I think we're definitely better off trying it manually. Alright, so we just have to remember they have some supremely annoying units. And we do not have a lot of power left over. So we're going to have this army over here. Just turn and face these guys right away. I'm not really sure what the best path is for you guys. They're not actually that close to us. I mean, positioning is definitely more interesting here, right? I think maybe we just try to meet up with our existing army. And sort of disregard these enemies. And then they can respond to that or not. And we can get an idea of what to do with them based on what they choose to do here. I did want to summon something on the first turn, but unfortunately, with that guy's very slow movement speed, I suspect that failing to keep up with the charge here could have some disastrous consequences for his ability to actually participate in the battle in any way at all. Hold on, let me make sure I've actually clicked end turn on all these units. Okay. So we certainly can't actually get over to them. Alright, I think we're gonna just move the snipers forward very slightly. So I want to move you guys out to here, maybe? I want to make sure that I'm not putting this guy so far forward that he's attackable from outside of our shooting range. Maybe this is a bad time to be trying this slow creep strategy. Maybe we should just be rushing one of them to take advantage of their organizational disadvantage. But honestly, I have no idea what they're going to do. Alright, we'll have to see here whether they have the bravery to come over and die horribly against my weapons. Is this the best place for this? You know what? This is not a terrible tile. No, I changed my mind. That's too far forward. I really want the snipers to be definitely able to get in on it. This tile's fairly secure. Again, the problem with running all the way out there is that it just gives the enemies too many places where they can shoot at you from outside of the range of most of your stuff. Alright, these dudes are splitting up in a way that I'm not sure I understand. Okay, they're going to unite about half of the army. Wow, they really did not want to move at all. Does it make sense for us to push forward? These guys have ranged Overwatch with some pretty high damage weapons. And unfortunately, not really any way to shoot them. Yeah, man, even with a longer range weapon like a sniper rifle, we still have to get so close to have a shot. It's going to be really hard to take cover in this situation, given how little interest they have in attacking us. It sort of invalidates the whole cover thing. Well, I guess let's have this guy run forward a little bit. We'll move our sniper team forward a little as well. Man, Overwatch really does not have a very impressive range in this game. Our sightlines everywhere are terrible. Like, look at how bad. Look at the big holes in the middle of our Overwatch formation here. Guess we'd better move out first. That's a little better. This big rock here is still a problem. That will probably work. The flyers will enter those spaces. I think we'll be fine. You do not get to use your buff. I mean, I should have known. As soon as I use the buff on one of these guys, all the enemies become terrified. Which, on the whole, probably works really well for us. It just feels frustrating in the moment. Just like not being able to move through your own units, so that we have situations like this, where this dude, despite being, oh, I don't know, 5 feet away from the tiles over here by the trees, simply cannot reach them. There are too many humans. We are at capacity. I'm definitely going to get shot with psionic nonsense doing this. Where do I think we're more likely to get attacked from? I can see these flying ethereal dudes making a move here. So then the question is, do we want to do Arc Charge on the other guys? You know what? I think we do, because of the fact that maybe it'll cause these dudes to be a little bit more docile. Less likely to freak out and suddenly murder us. Alright, Alright, well, we're almost reformed into one big ball of units. You know what? I'm just gonna hit end turn. We know that nobody has any stuff left to do. We have a person enticed, a person fascinated. I mean, those are both things we can deal with. That is a very all-over laser attack animation. I mean, it's a big loss, that unit, but we are going to see an awful lot of opportunities to shoot them now. This does feel very vindictive. Don't you think? Like, right now is the moment that the Siphons decided we have to be attacked. And despite the fact that they're at war with every other player, they're not interested in attacking anybody else. Alright. So you used your fascination thing. We probably want to just go ahead and drop a thing that causes stagger over here. We can also deploy a constrictor. No, we cannot. We can do one of these two things. I think I like the pair of shredder bombs as a strategy for using our 59 energy, or even a shredder bomb and a vortex charge. So that being the case, we probably want to do the vortex charge here and now. You know what? I was going to say because these units can't even bleed, but nothing that we're going to be facing here can bleed. Alright, and we removed their cover as well, which ought to be very helpful. Sorry, are you not fascinated? Staggering the caster will cancel the effect. I really don't care for the fact that there's no way to like click on that and see who the caster is. It's pretty obvious functionality. How are we going to do this approach? Alright, let's see if we can just pick a couple of units off first. Well, that's a real shame. Does he have 1 hit point left? Yes, he does. And we can resolve that, right? I really want to use this unit to do it, though. I guess we can have it be this guy. Since he can't take his full shot anyway, it feels a little bit less wasteful. Then what? Let's see here, we cannot get close enough to spawn anything directly on them. Fly you forward and not be able to shoot. I'm pretty sure it's this guy. No, he still has Fascinating Bond available. I really did think it was this one. Then when it turned out not to be him, I had some desperate fever dreams of who it might be. But it turns out nobody is responsible for the mind control, or for the fascination, which makes it a little bit hard to deal with. I think the golems are just gonna run... it's frustrating. I want to just run all the way forward, but we wouldn't even get any melee overwatch out of it. I guess we'll stop in a place where we can throw up our defense mode. And it sucks, but I think the Echo Walkers are going to be doing the same thing, because I can't pop the clone far enough forward to affect this. I guess what I could do is come to here, pop the clone far enough forward to at least fight that guy. Yeah, sure. You just become evasive. Yeah, see, a bunch of our Echo Walkers can move exactly far enough forward that they can't spawn their shadows because of the barrier here. It's very well placed. Frustratingly so. Alright, at the risk of losing a Lightning Rider, which is a pretty valuable unit, let's move up here and try to figure out who we think is the most dangerous. These guys have area attacks, right? We might be able to finish him off. Yeah, by a large margin, my biggest concern here is that we are just going to... we're going to end up winning this, but not by enough, and then all of Aya's forces are going to just sweep over our southern border while we do not have the wherewithal to do anything about it. And that really sucks. Would really suck, obviously. Alright, they do have lots of AoE. Probably shouldn't pack in any tighter than I have. I'm just thinking that a summon of a Quantum Echo. Oh, you are also fascinated. Everybody's fascinated. It does complicate things considerably. But I guess you're over here. You can maybe help with this stuff? There's no place in my 2 action points remaining moving range where we get a green chance to hit. Oh well, we'll have to take this one. Oh, you know what I should do, actually, is I should just go over here and mind control something. There's a range of 5, if I'm remembering, so, like, from here, for example, we could grab that Elite Harrier, or at least we could try. I'm all about trying. Okay, we only have a 97% chance to land the mind control there. Somehow we got through it. And then I'm kind of tempted to have him just, like, run a flanking path, but it looks like there's not actually an easy way through until all the way over here. Which feels a little wasteful. Well, if they have any area attacks and they would like to spend them on the pair of golems, that's really not that bad for us. Wow, Mind Blast for 19! That's too high. That number is higher than it should be. Alright, constant fascinations and enticements, and we're gonna lose a hero here. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, of course. We could just resurrect him. He is absorbing an awful lot of their actions. Alright, well. Hey there, guy. What are you up to? As he executes orders randomly at the beginning of his turn. That's his thing right now. Oh, we just barely can't punch this dude. Well, that's very annoying. Here, let's summon in a new unit right behind them. It is a Justicar. Okay, we haven't actually seen any of these guys. So what is your deal? You have a Punisher missile. Wow, which does really a lot of damage. Mark target unit for destruction, has -2 resistance in all damage channels, and is 15% easier to hit. That's a very powerful debuff. No actions to use it with this first turn, but still, powerful. You're fascinated. We could do something about that. Man, maybe we don't. In the sense that maybe there's nothing we can do. We can certainly run right up on him. He doesn't have melee Overwatch. Let's have one of the snipers shoot him first, just so that we're not providing cover for him. Please don't miss. Honestly, a graze even would have been good enough. Huh. I guess he's considered to be a different unit now? Yeah, these big flying dudes actually have a pretty poor chance to become mind-controlled. It's not so bad on that guy, though. I mean, the hero's dead. I am accepting that. We'll just resurrect him later. Launches a large volley of laser projectiles at the ground, so we won't be able to use it to pick off flyers. I think let's just shoot these guys. We'll leave our stolen flyer right out in the open, in the hopes of provoking damage upon it. And then I guess we're just going to have to... Yeah, we're going to have to spend some kind of unit on this. It's got to get done. Do we want to use a tactical operation? It's important to keep the, over here. Important to keep the integrity of our units basically alive, although it looks like actually so many of our, of the dangerous enemies are flying that a lot of our tactical operations won't even do anything. Okay, so you're too fascinated to play the game right now. Don't really know what to do with that. You can't reach him either. Nobody can actually hit this damn guy. Alright, we're just going to commit the Echo Walker super deep. We won't get any melee Overwatch out of this, but we will put some pressure on him. Debating bringing this Lightning Rider over here to reinforce. Hopefully his shot will be ready just about the time that he's in range to use it. Right Fascination only lasts 2 turns. Less if we manage to get things done the way we would like them to get done. This Echo Walker is unfortunately locked out of the most direct path toward the enemies. That said, I'm not sure how much there is left for him to do. We really don't have that many... Oh, right. He is also fascinated, actually. Yeah, what I was about to say is we really don't have that many grounded enemy units left. killing this guy would be so good. You can get okay shots from here. Well, I'll take it. I really, really do want this thing dead. Oh, geez. Okay, well, I guess let's take the shot that's almost certainly not going to hit. Yep. No big surprise there. Still a total disappointment. And, I mean, I don't think any of our abilities are super relevant right now. You know what? Actually, we can do that. Let's purge all of the nonsense off of our guys. Probably could have been a thing that we do at the beginning of that that particular round. Yeah, the jellyfish guys having a repeatable attack that hits for 20 seems a little silly. Yeah, just all of their units in general seem to be able to hit with their repeating attacks for really silly amounts. There you go, that's how you punch a jellyfish. Now that our hero is dead, by the way, remember, that does uncapture our mind-controlled guy. Sorry, our mind-controlled guys, plural. We're not going to be able to kill this dude this turn. That's a shame, because he is all up in our business. And maybe we can get a little bit of ranged damage from you? Yeah, this is probably going to hit, right? I don't think a graze... Never mind. I was going to say I don't think a graze would be enough. It has to be a real hit. But, of course, it didn't actually work. Well... Sentence you. We could also... not shoot a rocket at you. Never mind. Yes, I'm not allowed to shoot in any position where it would actually affect the enemy. That's, crappy. Well, who do we have left, even? I guess actually it's just a car. Oh no, we have this one golem. Get over here. And then yeah, this dude is it. Well, I mean, there's no reason not to apply the debuff. And unfortunately, we definitely can't afford to do anything else, so that bird unit gets the run of the place for another turn. Yeah, this is a, what we're seeing right here is definitely a neutral faction going out of their way to make it easier for one of the player factions to attack us. Alright, we are low-ish on actual melee attacks that can hit these dudes. Really, that's all? It's not even going to stagger him? Alright, well, I guess just try to shoot him with your rocket launcher? No, let's start by sentencing him, I guess. And by start, I mean, you know, do it pretty late in the turn. You can't really do anything. You totally can, though. Yeah, this guy was just a really great purchase. What an extremely useful unit. Yep, 20, 22, whatever, you know? And there's no way we could have run from that. So what did we lose there? 5 units? One of them was a hero? Actually, I think it's more than that even. It is 7 units, one of them being a hero. We got ourselves a shotgun and some other garbage, and now we are extremely vulnerable to enemy attack. And we have the phase guard. Maybe we'll be okay. Maybe. Alright, 100 million notifications, all of which amount to... Did you know you're at war with every player? I'm debating the value of additional tactical operations points versus the amount of energy that it takes to actually deploy the operations. Thinking that maybe that's not the right move. But I don't know what else to do, really. And there's a ton of operations here that we can just read and look for good ones, but the odds are that we're not going to cast any of these operations anyway, because they're all drawing from the same limited resource pool as getting units, and getting units is, like, definitely more important. Yeah, I don't know what we'll do. I think that we are in an extremely precarious spot now that we've just lost so much military strength. We really need to try to build up as quickly as possible, but we are somehow... I guess, not really somehow. We lost the city. That is how we are almost entirely without energy income. It's definitely going to get harrowing. We're about to be ready to try our dimensional cascade, but I mean, we're going to get annihilated as soon as we go for it, right? The problem is, I don't know that we can actually build up fast enough for it to matter. I think we might have to just go for it. This is where I'm going to call the episode for today, for the weekend. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time, Monday, to see how we die, probably, if we're being honest with ourselves, to see how exactly this game ends in defeat and what we can learn from it. There we go, that's a good place to set your expectations. And we'll see you then.